Trier? Is it Trier? I think it's Trier.
All right, let's move on to the latest with Lev Bell, the miniseries. If Bell is going to play football this year, he has to report to the Steelers by November 13th. Well, we are now 1 week away from that date, and as of this morning, the team hadn't heard from Bell. The Twitter universe has, however. Le'Veon tweeted, "Farewell, Miami," spelled that way, where he had been spotted multiple times this season. Teammate David DeCastro spoke out Sunday about L. Bell.
Why don't waste energy? I got to block some of the best players and the best defense in the world. Do you think I'm going to worry about a guy that's not here? It doesn't matter. Whoever's here, I'm going to block my heart out, whether it's Le'Veon, whether it's James in the backfield, whether it's Jalen Ridley. It doesn't matter. We're all professionals out here, and we just want to win with whoever's here.
So what do you think? I mean, how should the Steelers even handle L. Bell if he is to return?
All right, so if he returns, it would ostensibly be after their game this week. They would have 7 games remaining. And if I'm Pittsburgh, the way I handle it is I put him on the exempt list for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So in that way, he can be in the building. Mm-hmm. He can be in the building,
he gets
be in
paid.
meetings, but
at a lesser rate.
Right, at a lesser rate, but forget the money side of it. The money. Listen, Le'Veon Bell, here's the thing people have to recognize when it comes to the money. I think Le'Veon Bell would tell you this. He has chosen conservation over compensation. Like, this has clearly not been the right decision from a financial perspective. But if he has decided, I'm the most heavily used running back in league history, I'm awaiting the one long-term contract I'm ever going to get, it is worth it sacrificing these $10 million some dollars, that's his prerogative. I think he has chosen conserving his body over the compensation.
So why come back at all this year?
Because I think he understands that he is taking an enormous risk as far as giving the Steelers the leverage, where if they wanted to be spiteful, even though they've given indicators they wouldn't, if he doesn't come back this year, they could franchise him again. You know what I mean? Like, he could be in a spot where, even if I don't think it would make sense for Pittsburgh to do it. You heard Eric Mangini say a few weeks ago, you might do it just to tell your entire locker room, this will not be tolerated. We are not going to let you hold us over a barrel. So I think he would be taking an enormous gamble by not showing up. I still think it's on the board he doesn't, but that farewell Miami tweet leads you to believe he is leaving Miami, he's going to Pittsburgh. And then, but to answer your question, I think James Conner right now is at this very moment better because he's been playing all year, because he is in better condition. I think by the end of the year, you would have a real question, but early on, I'd go a couple weeks exempt, and then I would slowly get him involved in the running game. See,
I would change my offense, and I would let my offensive coordinator know this is what I want to do. And it's a unique situation. I do believe James Conner is the future. I do believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin, there's a certain amount of commitment they have to make to the rest of that locker room. And putting your best team out there, regardless of what your ego might be, regardless of what's in the best interest of the team. And the best interest of the team, when you're trying to maybe go to Kansas City and beat them, or go to New England and beat them, it's to have L. Bell and James Conner as your featured running backs. Forget all this stuff, because this is how I would do it. Okay. James Conner's my starter. L. Bell's not ready to play. I don't care if he's been in Miami working out. James Conner, he's got 4 straight 100-yard games.
Yep.
Have they not won 4 in a row?
Correct.
Is that offensive line not playing the best football that they play? So that's my answer right there. That justifies my say. It's not as if he lost his spot, but he's going to have to earn his way back into this offense. I mean, they're within a game and a half out of home field advantage. There's 8 games left. A lot of things could happen. What if Pittsburgh end up with the 1 or the 2 seed? Like, I think the best Pittsburgh Steelers team is now not an unproven James Conner, but a proven Conner with a fresh L. Bell that I can put in matchups. I can use how I want to use. Forget what his goals are. Forget what's going to happen next year. I'm not going to help him not because of spite, not because I don't think it's in the best interest of Pittsburgh. I would go forward with 2 running backs and attack the rest of this 8-game schedule, trying to win as many of those games as possible.
Could they look at, just 1 year ago, the template from New Orleans, with James Conner being the Mark Ingram and with Le'Veon Bell being the Alvin Kamara? 2 guys who we saw both have, I think it was, 1,200 yards from scrimmage combined. The 2 of them might have been 1,500 yards. I know it was the most pair in league history. Kamara was more of the receiving threat and then get out on the edges. Mark Ingram more of the hammer. Could they do something like that?
The problem with that is there's such respect from Alvin to Ingram And you're not going to have that. Even though they have a relationship, James Conner to L. Bell has told them, I'm the most important thing. This team winning is not the most important thing. James Conner's growth is not going to be an important thing. So I don't think you're going to get a complete buy-in, because if L. Bell is true to what he's done, that he's trying to showcase a rested body, he's going to want to be on the field as much as possible.
So I thought about it a different way. I thought I think Le'Veon Bell believes as long as I'm healthy, my body of work speaks for itself. I thought, in my eyes, he'd be very satisfied.
That's what I thought.
With 10 to 15 carries and touches.
I have never seen a superstar sit out there and watch the game and know they can make an impact on the game and be satisfied. Now, we've never had a contract issue like this, but I just believe when you get the blood and stuff, when he gets away from his agent and he gets back in that locker room, then everyone is in there to play football.
Okay.
And we have a buy-in to say, man, for this game, for this week, we're getting ready to everyone buy in and do whatever they can so that we can win this game. Now, L. Bell's going to have to prove that to his teammates. That's why I start James Conner. And that's why I don't miss a beat. Now, let them know this is a role, and you can either accept it or you can sit around and pout. I don't care. I think it's time for Mike Tomlin just to continue with listen, I'm here to win football games, and James Conner is going to be part of their future.
Is there something to what ain't broke, don't fix? I mean, for once all season, there's no real drama in this Steelers locker room. They've won 4 in a row. Nobody's complaining about anything. And we already know that this locker room is a little frustrated with the whole L. Bell situation. Is there something to riding this out and seeing where it goes, even if L. Bell comes back?
It would be nice to do that, but this is about talent. And when you have someone like Le'Veon Bell who's actually on your roster and he's decided that I'm going to end my holdout, you have to give him benefit of the doubt that he's going to be bought into whatever the team concept. The day he steps into the locker room, we got to get beyond being disappointed or whatever.
Your team gets
the
better.
Pittsburgh Steelers are a better football team.
And if they thought that was the case, as soon as he sent that tweet, they'd have rescinded the tag. So if they thought it was the case that him coming here is going to be more trouble than good, that he can't help us, they'd have rescinded the tag and let him go sign elsewhere. Like there is going to be some consternation. There's going to be some frustration. There's going to be we've all gone through the football version of boot camp together, and then this guy comes in for the fun part, the games and the playoff push. But they do recognize, I believe, talent is what wins in this league. Why are the Chiefs the best team in the AFC? That overwhelming offensive talent. Why are the Rams and Saints the best teams in the NFC? The overwhelming offensive talent.
Look at it from this way. What do you think the New England Patriots, what do you think the top teams, Kansas City, would want you to do?
Right.
And that would be...
bench him. Never play him.
There you go. Now you know what the thing to do is. All right? Because if you're going to beat those teams to win that AFC, to get to the Super Bowl, which the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's their goal, then you got to get beyond all that and let's move on. They're a better team when he walks in the door.
Except last year it took him how many games before he got back to
health? Took him 3, but this year they're going to be able to ease him back in because of James Conner. Like they're not going to have to just have him run in the line while he's getting himself
I think he'll be a little better ready this year, the second time around, because I think he knows what's at stake. His whole career is at stake. These last 8 games are very, very important.
Taking a huge gamble. If he doesn't come out and look like the old Le'Veon Bell, he will have cost himself not just this year's money, but the potential for some money in the future years.
All right, we got to take a break. Coming up, why losing might actually be a good thing for the former undefeated Rams. That's next on First Things First.